Hi everyone, Pablo here from Unique Japan. How are you? It's been a while since I did my last video for you all, and it's great to be back. I know that this year, 2017, was the year of the rooster, but in our family it was certainly the year of Nelson, who just turned one not too long ago. Anyway, he's been a big influence on our family, and with 3 kids, this last year has been a challenge time-wise. But anyway, we're back, and I have a great privilege to introduce to you a katana from 3rd generation Echizen Yasutsugu. Kind of feels good to introduce an Echizen blade because, as many of you know, my first sword was from Echizen province. Beautiful area of Japan, borders the Sea of Japan, facing sort of North Korea and China, and most people, of course, travel to Kyoto and Osaka, and understandably so. But if you are doing a trip to Japan, I do recommend going to Echizen, and this is where this blade was made in about 1661. Okay, so let me just get to the length here. So it's a good quality katana. 69.6 is the nagasa, if you can capture that. So 69.6 is the length of the blade, the cutting edge. And the sori is, or curvature is 0.9 centimeters. So the actual curvature of the blade is pretty shallow, which is fairly common for swords in that sort of Kambun era. Helps to draw the blade a little bit faster from a standing position, and it was quite frankly the style of that period. All right. So what's beautiful about this blade, your first hand, is that it's very clean, and well, it's actually reminiscent of Yamato Den blades, because the Yasutsugu family were a very, very famous sword-making family, and their heritage is said to come from the Yamato Senjuin school from Nara, who, of course, forged in the Yamato tradition. So this is a sword based on suguha, which is straight, but it's not dead straight. It's got a little bit of movement to it, but there's some beautiful Yamato Den characteristics to its blade. So I feel that this swordsmith, 3rd generation Yasutsugu, is kind of paying tribute to his heritage in this blade, because not all swords made by this particular smith follow the same pattern. So it's a good little piece. It's rated Tokubetsu Hozon, and you'll soon see why. That is the case. All right. So first, let's take a look at the nakago. So of course that is the hollyhock, right? That is the Aoimon, and the Tokugawa family gave this privilege to Yasutsugu, 1st generation Yasutsugu, and then subsequent generations were able to carry this mark because their family were the official kaji, or swordsmiths of the Tokugawa, ruling Tokugawa shogunate family. Right, so we got here Yasutsugu Oite, so Yasutsugu Oite. Echizen, so it's stating that it was made in Echizen. Sakukore, so made in Echizen province, which is very nice. So nice big bold signature. This is just an extra Mikugi Anna that is there for support. There is an extra hole here, basically because somebody had decided to make a different tsuka or a hilt, and the hole didn't line up, so they made an extra hole. So normally you would see one hole here, but there's an extra one. But the blade itself hasn't been shortened or anything, so it's not a big deal. And there's that beautiful hollyhock mark. All right, the Kamon family crest.
Okay, so let's take a look at the blade, shall we? Now, you're going to see some beautiful chike. Chike is that nie crystals that go right into the steel. So you'll see this dark kind of swirling pattern in the hada. Okay, and when the light captures it right, we'll get there. Of course, you can look at some photographs that I have online. This sword is here with me in the UK, so I can ship this very quickly to anybody here in Europe or essentially anywhere around the world. Okay. Now, here's the kind of cool part about this blade. Do you see how the hamon splits right here? Right? You see how that's kind of like a double hamon? That's called nijuba, and that is atypical of Yamato Den blades. Yeah, nice. It looks like kintsugi, which is nie that rips through the hamon, but and technically this would be referred to as nijuba. Right? Now you see how the grain is really gorgeous, and it really looks like kind of an older blade. There, it's a good shot. And yeah, the hamon, like I say, based on Suguha, you'll see small, what they call ashi, or legs, that extend from the hamon outwards towards the cutting edge. There's a bit more nijuba. Way up. And the boshi is komaru. It just kind of circles. You'll see a lot of Shinto blades have that kind of turn back, that kind of roundish. There we go in the light.
Classic stuff. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the other side. Get my hand out of the light. And there we go. We see more of the hamon from this angle now too. Oh, there we go. Always a little tricky, the lighting here, but it's same type of activity on both sides of the blade. Kind of a relaxing blade, you know? Like some swords, kind of, I feel good energy from this blade, but it kind of, it just sort of gives me a kind of a peaceful feeling. Peaceful yet, given that it's so sharp too. It was made for, he made good sharp blades. The whole Yasutsugu family were known for making sharp blades, and some had cutting tests done with them as well. So there we go. And all the way through. But you'll really enjoy this hada, this absolutely, the chike is in there. See how those kind of dark swirls? It's really, really pretty.
Good. Always amazes me just how well Japanese swords are maintained over the years. So anyway, that's a good shot of the blade. And we'll start to look at the
the fittings now. Okay. So here is the habaki, which is kind of cute actually. Looks like a sudade or like a bamboo curtain to me. Yeah,
it's really nice. Let's have a rattan, and that goes on. And I'll put the blade down and I'll show you a little bit of the tsuba. So the tsuba is namban. And this is interesting because you see a lot of swords made by the Yasutsugu family, especially third generation Yasutsugu, sometimes made with namban tetsu, or sword that was, or iron, made with iron that was imported from outside of Japan. And so I don't think this is a far coincidence that this tsuba is called a namban tsuba. And this was very popular in sort of the mid-Edo period. And these designs were based on sort of an imported or a foreign influence. Namban is like southern barbarians, is the sort of literal translations. But it's kind of ivy look. You see, it kind of looks European, and so very beautiful. Nice solid work. A little easier to show the tsuka this way as well. And here is the tsuka, and this is lovely. I would say this is close to being from late Edo period because the silk has come this sort of leathery feel, and I like this. I like this very much. Kind of slippery. It's very, very cool. Now let's take a look. First, I'll show you the Minuki. We've got the classic Shisa lions with the one mouth open and the one mouth closed. One sort of inviting, good fortune and happiness, and the mouth closed is warding off evil spirits and not inviting any sort of bad spirit. So I always enjoy having a Shisa lion on a sword. My first sword had Shisa lions as Minuki as well. Now here is the Kashida, and that is Kamakiri, or a praying mantis. Now the praying mantis is very symbolic of the samurai. The praying mantis basically guards a garden from insects and those that might cause damage, and so it's kind of like the bodyguard of a garden. And the samurai had, of course, a responsibility to keep everyone safe in the Edo period in feudal Japan, and so the kamakiri has come to be quite symbolic of the samurai themselves, right? So here is another shot of the kamakiri on the fuchi now. And you can see nice floral pattern around. Very nice work, Edo period fuchi kashida. It's unsigned, but very good work. You can see that beautiful leathery silk. Okay. I'll put the sword together with the seppas. Actually, the seppa looks nice. See how it's copper with the gold leaf around. Don't see that very often anymore. Kaga, or Ishikawa Prefecture, borders Echizen, and that was known for gold leaf production. So you see a lot of good swords from that area happen to have seppas with that gold leaf around it. So again, no big surprise that this sword has that. And putting on the extra seppa, and now and listen, boom, nice, great fitting sword, and feels great. Now the saya has just been relacquered, but looking inside, it looks kind of old. So I think this saya actually could even be from late Edo period as well. Okay, that feels good. And here is a picture of the nice black lacquered saya. Horn back. But it's nice and tight, A lot of people ask me how does the koshira feel, and it feels amazing. So this is it. This is the sword. This is a Yasutsugu third generation katana that you can be very proud to own. Here is a picture of the. Here is the certificate of the piece. This is Tokubetsu Hozon, and of course this will all be translated for you and included with the shipment. So if you have any further questions, please feel free to ask me. It's always a great pleasure to serve you all, and happy holidays 2017 and soon 2018. Let's make the most of it. Cheers. Bye.